Hey folks, Salty Seaman here. New nav admin came out with a bunch of uniform reg changes for the Navy. Some random stuff, no big deal. Still no beards. I think that was a big one a lot of people were hoping for, probably pipe dreaming. But one big change I noticed, and it's one I just missed, thank God, was the requirement for sailors serving with Marine units that are having to wear Marine uniforms are required for Marine standards. So what does that entail? We're talking grooming standards here. Like I believe they already have to do the physical standards if they're within FMF, within actual like infantry units and whatnot. However, now they're requiring grooming standards, which basically means high and tights for all sailors attached. Now, my last duty station, I worked at an AFN. I wasn't FMF or anything like that, but the command required us to wear the Marine MARPAT uniforms, but we had still stayed by our own grooming standards, our own weight standards, our own PFT standards. So what does this mean? It's a break in tradition. It's no towing to probably a lot of crusty Marines who just fucking hate the sight of sailors with our long hair and whatnot, and just pushing the Navy to make that rule. And the Navy, as always, bends over backwards for the Marines for this stuff. Marines never bend over backwards for us, but I mean that's just the way it always has been. And yeah, I don't like it. It's relatively dumb in my opinion. I get it. I get uniformity. But it was always a way for, even the Marines are like, hey, that was always the way to spot the doc. He had hair. I mean, obviously not everyone goes by Navy standards. A lot of guys in the Navy have their hair in Marine grooming standard just because it's a personal choice. But making people do that, especially just guys who work, like where I worked, there was just no need other than somebody just doesn't like the look of seeing everyone out there in MARPAT and a handful of guys with an extra quarter inch of hair along their hairline. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about less than an inch of hair, and it was annoying enough to certain Marines that now we have this new standard for sailors attached to Marine units. Is it a sign of things to come? I don't know. Like I said, we're going into this year with a lot of changes for the better. And there's been a few things, but in terms of stuff like this, it's kind of a step backwards. What next? Are we going to adopt the Marines tattoo policy? Because that's about the only way you're going to stand out as a sailor nowadays with the Marine Corps units. As guys with full sleeves and shit going up their necks and whatnot. We allow, and I know there's a lot of opinions on it, but in my mind, I'm hoping the Navy does not do a 360 on the tattoo thing. And the Marines have also been fighting it a lot too, but it's always who's in charge and what their personal tastes are. I don't know. I think the docs and the RPs should be able to stand out, just so people know who they are. They know they're not Marines. Allowing them to have a little bit of hair, like I said, talking a quarter, half inch here, is not a big deal to me, but someone obviously complained enough to the Navy and the Navy acquiesced, and that's just how it works all the time. So looking forward, this just came out this weekend, so basically Monday morning, all, the sailors working at my old command have to show up Monday morning with a fresh high and tight, I guess, along with all the other Navy that are attached to Marine units that wear the uniform, whether or not they're FMF and infantry or whether or not they're aviation guys who just work on a Marine air base. We will see. This is going to be interesting. This admin note. Still got other stuff going on. It's been real hectic here. I'm about to. I bought a brand new editing software. I updated my Adobe to Creative Cloud, so I got a really good deal. I still have CS6 for free. I got from the Navy. I got Creative Cloud for a really student discount cheap through my school. So I'll be editing that on this. And once things start kind of slowing down with problems here with my house and all the schoolwork and my kids' soccer practices, start kicking out a little bit more content here and there. Finish up the Generation Kill, Final Countdown, a few other things, a couple other topics I've been meaning to get to. But this being pretty fresh, I thought I'd jump on this, give my opinion. What do you guys think? What do the Marines think about us working with you guys? We have to have your military standards. What do sailors who have done both think about it? Did not affect the Seabees, apparently. There's a lot of, apparently the Seabees managed, were on the chopping block for this too, and they got left off. So give me your thoughts, your ideas, your comments on this new policy. Do you think we should all go to some generalized format, maybe? Just all the services have the same thing? That's another one I've heard a lot talk about. Let me know in the comments. Anyways, that's all the Salty Seaman has for today. I love you, freaks. Peace, bitches.